How's it going, everybody? Dom from Formal Debut here. And on today's show, we are doing the first wash and talk with the Shelby. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, guys, so we have a jam-packed episode today. There's a lot of things I want to talk about today. We have my 2016 Ford Mustang Shelby GT350 here, and we're going to do the first wash and talk. This is actually the first time I've even washed the car at all since I got it. We have a bunch of things I want to talk about today, talking about buying used cars, talking about detailing with used cars and dealerships and all kinds of stuff. So we have a really fun episode today. So we're going to go ahead and get our stuff set up, and we'll get started with this wash. So let's talk about what we're going to do today. We're just going to do a very basic maintenance type wash. With this car today, I want to get it clean and assess its overall condition. I've had the car about 2 weeks now, and it was detailed at the dealership when I bought it. Not when I bought it, but before they put it on their lot. So I want to get everything off. I want to get all the crap off that they put on, and we're going to talk a little bit about that as we go, and some tips and techniques on how to deal with that kind of stuff. So we're going to get everything out here and get everything filled and set up. So let's go ahead and fill up our WheelX. We're going to use WheelX today. The brakes on this car are really, really aggressive. And they produce a lot of brake dust, so the wheels are pretty bad. So we're going to use WheelX today to deal with that a little bit. So we'll fill up our spray bottle here. As you guys know, CarPro WheelX is a really good intensive wheel cleaner, so that's what we're going to use today. So like I said, this is the first time I've actually even washed the car. I have been having an absolute blast with it. It is so much fun. I absolutely love it. We're going to use ReTyre for the tires to get rid of all of the old tire dressing that the dealership put on. Really nasty stuff that we need to get off of there. So let's prep our foam cannon as well. We're going to use CarPro Lift. Like I said, I'm not doing anything intensive today. We're not doing a decon. I want to just get it clean and assess kind of how it looks and its actual, overall condition, and see what we're going to have to do in the future. I want to see the actual level of contamination. I want to see the level of swirls and scratches that we're going to have to deal with. The car is, like I said, 9 years old. It's a 2016, so it's been through a lot. So I want to get a good overall look at what the car looks like and, what we're going to have to do in the future. Obviously, we're going to end up coating this car. It's going to get fully paint corrected, fully coated. But today I just want to get it clean, and I want to see kind of what we're going to be dealing with. So let's go ahead and start with the wheels. I think we're ready to go. Let's get our wheel bucket and start over with the wheels. All right, so starting off here with the wheels, this is the first spot that you're going to have to keep an eye out for when looking for, detailing mistakes that you'll get from a car dealership when you buy a new or used car. Obviously, if at all possible, tell them not to detail the car before you take delivery. That is what I did with this car. However, this was a used car, and they detailed it before they put it on their lot up for sale, so I didn't really have any control over that. But the first thing you're going to find when you get to this kind of area is you're going to find the tire dressing that they use is absolutely god-awful. You can see that. It's silicone-based. It's really, really bad. It slings all over the side of the car, as you can see. It's really cheap. It's really low quality, so we're going to get rid of that first, and we're going to end up using CarPro ReTyre. You guys have seen me use this plenty of times in the past. It's part of the ultimate wheel cleaning, wheel and tire care package. So we're going to start with that and start to break down all that really nasty old tire dressing and get these perfectly cleaned off. We're going to use a more aggressive nylon tire brush here instead of our normal detail factory one, because we really want to get all of that off. And ReTyre does a really good job of melting it all away. As you can see, it's really, really bad. So this should do a really nice job. This off of here. As you can see, the brakes on this car really leave a lot of brake dust behind. So this is definitely a necessary step with these wheels. So this is the first thing you're going to want to look out for, is this god-awful tire dressing that they use. They don't know how to apply it properly. It ends up just slinging all over the car. It's usually silicone based and not water based, so it's usually really hard to get off. ReTyre does a really good job. We're going to use WheelX for the actual wheels. Let's go ahead and prime our sprayer here. Top tip, if you're ever detailing elsewhere, if you're mobile, make sure you keep a couple of these on hand, because they do fail from time to time. So make sure you keep a couple new trigger sprayers on hand. There we go. So we'll get these wheels, we'll get the WheelX on it and get it to start breaking down all that brake dust. And you can see, look at that mess. So we're actually going to let this dwell for a few seconds, and then we're going to rinse it off, and then we'll go in with the contact. What I am going to do first before we do that, actually, you know what? I don't think we need to let it dwell. It's doing a pretty good job of breaking it down. Let's get our barrel brush. We'll get in here. Oh man, these calipers are big. Might have a rough time getting behind these calipers. Oh no, we can do it. These calipers, the brakes on this car are massive. Look at that. Look at how nasty these are. Like I said, these brakes produce a ton of brake dust. Look at that. Look at that brush. Absolutely awful. So like I said, this is the first time I've actually cleaned this car since I got it. I've had it about 2 weeks. This is 2 weeks of driving roughly. Now the dealership, let's be honest with it here. They did not do a very good job of detailing this car before when they put it on the lot. Dealerships usually don't. I would never get my car detailed there. They're car washers. They don't really know what they're doing, and they do things like this. So we're gonna get rid of all of this, and you can see the WheelX is doing an excellent job, because these wheels are absolutely disgusting, but they're gonna look really, really good after this. Look at that mitt. That is disgusting. So they're gonna look really good when we're done here. Let's go ahead and get our Detail Factory soft bristle brush. We'll go ahead and get in the lug nuts. These are pretty deep little lug nut areas, so we're gonna get in here, make sure we get all this crap out of here. WheelX did a really good job of breaking down all the initial dirt. Just gonna get in the cracks and crevices here with our Detail Factory brush. You can see the color changing here is severe. This wheel is absolutely disgusting. So let's go and rinse it and see how it did. And there you go. Give that a wipe. That is perfectly clean. And that's the difference that we're doing here. So that's the first step down. We got rid of that tire dressing. All right, so now we've taken care of the wheels. Let's go ahead and get rid of the whatever crap they put on the paint. Now, let's talk a little bit about the paint. Like I said, we're using CarPro Lift in the snow foam as the snow foam today. You guys know the drill here. We're gonna foam, rinse, foam. You guys know how this goes. So MTM PF 22.2 foam cannon. So for the pre-wash today, we're using a high alkaline snow foam. And the purpose of that is usually at the dealership, when you buy a car, again, new or used, whatever you're doing, usually when they prep it for delivery for you, they put some cheap, awful wax on the paint to, you know, shine it up so that people want to buy it more. It's just not proper detailing technique. They use really cheap, low quality products, and they spray it all over your car. So we're going to use our chemical agents here to break down those cheap, awful waxes as much as possible. We're also going to clean out the exhaust tips while we're here, while we're doing our pre-wash. So for that, I think we're going to use our wheel mitt, which is already dirty, so no big deal. And we're going to use P&S Brake Buster. It actually does a really good job at cleaning out exhaust tips. Get around the tips here, get these cleaned off. It doesn't usually need too much. You can do this during the wash process. I just don't want to get my nice wash mitt all dirty with the stuff from the exhaust, so we're just going to take care of it now. We got it foamed down. It'll be easy enough to deal with right here. And doing this makes the car look just that much better. It's these little details that make it look just that much better. So that'll do it for now. All right, let's go ahead with our first rinse, see how much of this dirt we can get off. Like I said, it did rain on it this week, and that just caused all of the nasty, first of all the dirt on the wheels, as well as the awful tire shine to sling up onto the paint. So this first snow foam should handle all that, get all that off. A lot of our loose, really bad, nasty dirt off, so we can get a nice, safe contact wash. You guys know how this goes. And today's very, very similar. Like I said, we have a lot to do with this car at some point. Not today, but we are going to be doing a lot of good content, hopefully, with this car. So we're going to use this first rinse as an opportunity to get off as much of the really, really bad dirt as we possibly can. And right here behind the wheels is usually a good culprit. And I believe this car has some awful wax on it. Currently, it has a little bit of hydrophobics, and I don't know if that is their cheap wax or if this car has been coated in the past. And now we're kind of getting at the whole point of this video. When you buy a used car like this, this is a really, really good thing to do, because we are going to end up coating this car and doing a full paint correction. And this is part of the process of determining the condition of the car. Is we want to get all of this cheap wax that they may have put on at the dealership off, so we can better determine if this car has any previous protection on it that we're going to need to remove before we get going with a ceramic coating or anything else. So we need to get all of this off to determine whether or not we're going to be, you know, how we want to actually attack the ceramic coating process. So the ceramic coating with this car will be coming soon. We are planning on doing that very, very soon. So stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, I just wanted to get it clean, get it looking nice. Like I said, we're going to use CarPro Reset, really good alkaline car shampoo. It's going to do a good job of stripping off any previous protection, if there is any on the car. It's going to do a good job of getting all of that off, giving us a clean slate to work with here. Let's go and activate it. All right, now we need our Detail Factory soft bristle brush, and we'll get around some of the harder to reach, you know, tight areas. But I'll tell you what, I absolutely adore this car already. I've had it for 2 weeks. I absolutely love it. All right, let's get our wash mitt here. Get to doing the actual contact wash. It feels pretty slick. I'm not 100% on this. I'm not sure. It feels pretty slick. I'm not gonna lie. Now, also, CarPro Reset does have some really, really good lubricating agents in it, so it will do a really good job of lubricating the surface. The paint does feel pretty slick. It doesn't seem to be repelling any of our soap, so I don't think it has a coating. But again, we are definitely trying to get off anything the dealership may have put on. Those are the things that are the most common with them, is a really cheap, awful tire dressing that's really hard to get off and just makes a mess, and some cheap spray wax or cheap, you know, even sealant. Sometimes they'll use a sealant, rarely, but it's all for profit. It's all profit for them. So don't expect, you know, the best of the best when it comes to their detailing products, because they certainly don't use the best of the best. In many cases, they use the worst of the worst. So for all you guys out there that care about your cars, just do it yourself. And certainly when you're in the finance office, and this was the case with this car, do not pay for their protection packages, their ceramic coatings, quote unquote. You will not be getting what you think you're getting, trust me. If you pay for a ceramic coating from a car dealership, you're likely getting, well, in a lot of cases, you're getting the same spray wax they put on the car, you know, to put it on the front line. And you may in some cases be paying for, you know, just some cheap paint sealant. But you are certainly, I don't know of any dealership, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, you are not getting a full-on ceramic coating. That's for sure. That would take way too much time and cost the dealership way too much money. If you guys know of any dealerships that do actually put on full-blown ceramic coatings onto their customers' cars, please let me know. I would love to hear about that. But typically you're getting a spray wax, and they will charge you anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000 depending on what dealership you're at and everything else. So definitely be careful what you ask for. And they sell all kinds of stuff too, you know, windshield coatings and wheel coatings and all this other stuff. All those things that are much better done by a professional detailer than by a car dealership. Like I said, let me put it this way, and I'm not trying to insult anybody, but if they can't even properly put on a good tire shine or properly clean the car, which they don't properly clean the car, if they can't even do that, do you really want them doing a ceramic coating, even if it is real? Do you really want them doing that on your car? I wouldn't. So I didn't pay for it, and neither should you. Because as we all know here at Formal Debut Detailing, we do it all ourselves. So we're going to handle this whole car by ourselves. We're going to get this thing looking perfect. Better than any car dealership ever could, I promise you that. Now there may be, again, not trying to insult anyone, so there may be, you know, your dealership that you guys use, they may have a really good detail department that actually puts effort and quality and time into what they do. And if that's the case, then that's excellent. That's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. So if you guys use a dealership and they put the proper time and effort into properly cleaning your vehicle for you, then kudos to them. And that's fantastic. I think more of them should be like that. But I also understand business and how it really doesn't make, financial sense for them to do that. Car dealerships have many, many departments. The detail department just being one of them. Well, we're looking good already. We're about done. Let's take care of the front bumper and we'll be ready to get it rinsed off. So yeah, if you guys have a dealership that you guys like to go to because they do a really good job on your car, that's wonderful. I think more of them should be like that. And if you do, absolutely continue to go there for sure. If you've managed to find a place that gives you what you're looking for, absolutely not going to put that down at all in any way whatsoever. Feel free. Just make sure that you actually get what you're paying for. If you are going to do that, make sure you get what you're paying for. I haven't mentioned a lot in this episode, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Any products you see in today's video, links will be in the description for all of them. Many of them are available on formaldebushop.com. We do carry many of these products. I sell them, and I sell them because I use them, because I like them. And I kind of want to pass them on to you guys and show you what I like to use. You guys have seen me use these time and time again. So yeah, when you're going to a dealership and you're buying a car, just know what you're getting into. Be informed as to what they're doing, what they're using. And if this is important, if you guys like to put in a ton of effort into your detailing, it's probably best just to do it yourself or take it to a detailer that you trust and that you have a good rapport with, because as good as your dealership may be, I doubt that any of them will do as good as a professional detailer. I'm also interested in doing collabs with different people, so if you are in the Southeast Florida area and you'd like your car cleaned and you got a car that I might want to use for a video, get in contact. We can work out some kind of agreement and we can get something taken care of. But yeah, feel free to let me know. I'm definitely down to hear you guys out on that. If you're not located here, don't worry. You can still keep watching these videos, keep commenting, keep subscribing, and definitely check out formaldebushop.com. If you guys aren't located here, you can still get your hands on the products that I use personally. And I have many, many, many videos on how to use them all and how to get the best results possible with them. I did notice some spots that we may need to address in the future. But again, I am noticing some hydrophobics. I'm not going to lie. There are some hydrophobics on this car. So I don't know. It can't be from any wax from the dealership. I promise you that. This shampoo would have taken that off right away. So it's not great, but it is. This may have a ceramic coating on it that, is on its last legs. But what we're going to do right now is we're going to top that protection off, because I definitely want it to be protected for the coming weeks before we do a full-on ceramic coating. And we're going to use CarPro Hydro 2 Lite to top off our protection. Again, this is part of my weekly wash regimen. As you guys saw in Wash and Talk, I believe it was episode 2 that we talked about my weekly wash routine. A lot of you may be wondering why I bought this car and why I only had the S650 for a short period of time. We're going to get into all that, guys, I promise. Stay tuned on Formal Debut Detailing's YouTube channel. We are going to chronicle the entire ownership process of this car, why I bought it, everything wrong with it, getting everything fixed up on it. There's going to be a ton of content on this car. You guys are going to see absolutely every inch of it. So don't worry, stay tuned. All right, let's go ahead and get it dried off. Guys, so there you have it. The first wash and talk with the Shelby GT350 has been completed. It looks like it's in really, really good shape. The paint does need some work. There are some swirls, some scratches, some water spots, as to be expected for a car that's 9 years old and has some miles on it. But it does look like it has been pretty well taken care of. So that's it. We're done here for today. We're going to go ahead and make a plan on how and when we're going to deal with all the issues that the car has. Which we'll go over in a different video. So if you like this video, go down and hit the like button, hit the share button, share this video with your friends. If you want to see more high quality car detailing content and Shelby GT350 content, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you get notified when we post a new video. If you're interested in any of the products you saw in today's video, go ahead and check the links in the description. All the products down there will be listed, and go check out Formal Debut Shop at formaldebushop.com and pick up anything you may need there. And as always, for Formal Debut Detailing, my name is Dom, and I'll see you guys on the next one.